In the background, you will see Jerry arriving in the support truck. The support truck brings all of the extra gear that the team will need to win the race. Lou and Jerry have arrived early because they need to set up the race in the shelter.
He said, okay, oh, that'd be great. That'd be $100. I said, $100? I said, no, I thought it was great. He says, well, a driver's 100. I said, well, I paid already. He said, oh, you paid already? I said, yeah. Okay, all right, that's fine. It was 100 or nothing.
Jerry had a slight problem registering. Luckily, this is one of the nicest tracks in the country and the problem was resolved quickly. The rest of the crew members are still in school and will be arriving later. The team is now riding up to Tech Inspection. Tech Inspection inspects all of the equipment to make sure that it is safe to use in the race.
Going right now?
Well, we're going over to Tech Inspection, and this is where all the cars and equipment get checked for to make sure that it fits the requirements of the race, to make sure that the dates are up to date, make sure that the equipment is up to snuff. It's really fireproof, it's really a helmet, and so on.
Okay.
So, it looks like some of the other guys showed up.
Yeah.
It's still kind of early on Friday though, so. Oh, here it goes. So, Tech Inspection in those little changes.
Okay.
And later on we'll bring the cars out here and they'll Tech Inspect the cars too.
Okay.
They'll have the cars checked out also to make sure that it's safe. And here we go.
I see they're inspecting the car right now.
Yeah.
Here we go.
As you can see, the weather is about to change, which will only add another level of challenge in this already challenging race.
Yeah, it's Nick, Alex, Luke, and then Jerry too. We added Jerry to Nick. Like making that guy change his bars when they were. So what?
Team manager Lou is making the final arrangements for his drivers.
He's the quick one. We're all slow. I'm dead. I'm slow as Fred. Yeah, Lou, Alex, Nick, Tyler.
Jerry is now driving the team's car up to Tech Inspection. The car needs to pass Tech Inspection in order to race. Everything the team has worked on so far has been leading up to this point.
Yeah, we're going to zip this out of the way so that when...
Because of the judges' recommendations, Jerry is now resecuring an air tube.
And not get snagged up on this stuff.
You're trying to blind yourself in the fog, aren't you, the dust?
Yeah.
Lou now has to demonstrate that you can escape the car in under 10 seconds in case of an emergency.
Go.
We've got several there. Good. Several seconds to spare.
As always, Lou hits his mark perfectly.
That's a nap to catch up.
Todd, I can't
And the two lemons.
Due to a quarter weld missing on the roll cage, the judges now are telling Lou that the car will not pass in Tech Inspection and will not be able to race in this condition. Lou did not bring any welding equipment and now needs to find a welder in order to fix the car so that it is ready for the race.
I have a welder here.
Sorry guys, but it's for your protection, not for anything else. Because what's going to happen is if you get a bottom shot, it just allows that thing to can opener and fail immediately. And that's the last thing we want to have happen. I mean, got everything else right in the car from what I can see initially. So, you know, it's not. I understand what you're saying, but you got it.
So, I mean, you could use our welder and do it.
track manager lets them know he has a friend who can make a last-minute weld to save their chances. The team loads up the car and heads out.
Are they?
The third of the field's BMW.
Within a couple of minutes, the welds are complete and the car is now ready to race. The crew arrives back at the track and the drivers have arrived. As usual, the drivers think it's all fun and games. Nick, Alex, and Tyler, all brothers, have been racing together for years. Racing has really helped them develop a bond together.
Awesome.
And him until it gets dark.
Oh, okay. Don't do the night driving yet?
Well, I can, but my contacts. His skills are there, but his eyes. Yeah, my eyes can't keep up with my hand.
Yeah. Amazing.
Angry.
Yeah.
We stole his idea. David Blaine, what are you doing? I'm levitating. Ignore me. David Blaine, keep going. Someone put him in green. Jack has to be made out of green. And I need a camera right here. No, we can do blue screen. And we're half the team. I'm Nick. I'm Nick. Tom. Tyler. Tyler.
Who's
That
that?
kid's like Ian. What's your name? Steve Mark George. Jose. Steve Mark George Jose. You're pretty close there. It's like Ron. That's it.
We found him roaming around.
I can't Ron do this. We found him roaming around in those woods, so we kind of put him to work.
He's hanging out with us. We're going right now.
Drivers meeting!
Okay, awesome.
We're going to the drivers meeting with a loud ATV.
Yes.
I'm rubbing Alex's leg.
I'm Nick. You're pretty dumb right now. Alex.
Okay, great.
Very affectionate.
So, do you feel confident
About?
racing?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Look at the looks you're getting.
Well, it's driver's meeting. Who's all driving? You, right? Okay, great.
In no particular order, I'm going to go over some of the stuff that you do need to know. This is an information flag. It means that in the opinion of the corner worker, a faster car is overtaking you. Here it called a whole bunch of things. Basically, it's a surface flag. There could be something out on the course. Obviously, this one, we've stopped the race for some reason. What we want you to do on this one is before you slam on the brakes, look in your mirrors, because you may have seen it before the car behind you saw it if you're running close together. You slam on your brakes, now he's in your trunk. White flag, information. Indicates to you there's a slow-moving car 1 to 2 stations ahead of you. It may be somebody with mechanical problems. It may be a wrecker, it may be a safety truck, it may be an ambulance. They show this 2 stations back. This one. This will get you into trouble in a hurry. Yellow flag means no passing. There is no passing from the time you reach this flag till the next station you come to, which will show you a green flag. Once you pass the green flag, you're back up to race speed. You see this anywhere other than start, finish, or during daylight, station 10 in the middle of the back straightaway, we probably decided we're pulling everybody in. If you are shown this, and it's not at all stations, it's only a 10 during daylight and start finish with a number board that has your number on it, you've aggravated somebody in the tower, me or one of the other 3 stewards. We want to talk with you. Please know what your number is. I would strongly suggest you come in, even if it wasn't for you, and ask. We'll apologize and send you right back out. But if it was for you, 3 laps max, and then you're going to be doing dances down here for a half hour. It'll automatically.
Are we gonna adjust the lights?
Push them around.
Oh, okay.
Using force.
Yeah.
Basically, just kind of crank them left and right.
Okay.
Up and down.
Sounds good.
Hold the middle lights. Seal the middle lights. A little bit to the right, right? Good. Okay. Yeah. Now then, poke a little bit to the right. Now the exhaust, the exhaust pipe is so close to the engine. Every time sometimes downshift, flames will come out of it.
Right, I seen that when I was over at safety.
Yeah.
Down that way. But yeah, usually they don't worry about that.
Okay. I was gonna say, ready, you can come on in. Your dad's ready. Anytime you're ready, you can come on in.
All right. You're faster virtually everywhere. The only thing everyone else has is horsepower.
Oh, well, guess what?
They just walk.
Ooh, watch your head.
When you're running half throttle, they just walk. And there's zero sportsmanship in that Volvo. He will wreck you before he gets over position.
Really?
Yeah, he literally came across me 3 or 4 times. I flashed my lights at him. I'm like, move.
This is not even the race yet.
And I'm like, move.
Hey, you
And he
want
wouldn't let
to
me
give him a
around.
hand with?
And I had to
hold
go
on to
around
you.
him during a corner, and I was like, okay, it just proves that you're a poor sportsman.
You guys gonna be here long?
Sort of. Enough to change out a car.
It's not like it's a race or anything.
Tension heats up as the qualifying closes in. The rival team in the pit box is already complaining about the team's tires in their section.
Yeah, there's somebody in our pit box. We're kind of halfway.
I think they share them.
Watch that king. Just look for that shiny light.
In a 24-hour race, the exiting driver is usually charged with making sure the new driver is safely belted in and that their radio communication is working properly. 6-point belts are usually hard to adjust to the new driver's size.
If you're any closer, any further, you're gonna go off the track. I was
Why,
seeing like
the kink? That
115.
kink?
Yeah,
Go down the back straight?
down that back straight right there.
Oh, I'm gonna break through there. Oh, I need my helmet.
Around the kink,
Yeah.
he went into the pool, and I was like, all right, I'm just going through. No way I'm letting him go back.
And you couldn't get around him
He
though.
started coming back up behind me. I'm like, all right, I'm running half throttle. I was like, all right, half throttle. I'm like, I'll run 3/4 throttle just to make sure I'm away from him.
I heard you said your dad, like, no sportsmanship.
Yeah, there's zero sportsmanship between that whole team. They're just all over the track.
Well, it's like not even a race yet. Like, what are they gonna do in the race? Ram
qualifying.
you?
So
Yeah,
they have to be fast.
Who doesn't qualify?
If you go around the track once,
Yeah.
you still got a time.
Right. For a short race, being in the front position is really important, but for a 24-hour race, it really isn't that important.
For a short race, it matters, but it's not that important. Start second, third, fourth. You don't. If you're faster than first and second, you don't necessarily want to start in front of them because they'll dive bomb, they'll hit you going to turn one.
I forgot the
Turn one's the demolition derby of it. And then 24 hours, it's not even worth starting up front because they're just not even gonna. They're just gonna demo derby it. These are $500 cars, so it's not even worth it.
Okay, so we're up today.
What?
It's early in the morning, and we're gonna go test the track. What do you got to say?
Not too early.
We're driving my brother's Audi on the track right now. Then we gotta go over to the car show because the race starts at 2 o'clock.
The sun comes up on day 2, race day.
I'd have to say me too.
That's exciting. Okay.
I have a Mac laptop. It's
Macintosh.
I'm holding it.
Okay, this is considered the fastest track in the United States because of the fact that this is basically a glorified oval. There's very few corners, and you only shift like twice, maybe 2 or 3 times. Turn number 1, right? And then that last turn right there, for turn 13.
Oh, so it's one of the fastest tracks.
Right, so there's almost no turns, in other words.
Wow.
Comparatively to other tracks around the
As we all know, the fuzzy dice adds to the ambience.
So let's see.
I heard that it was a driver's track. That's what I was told.
Yes, it's a lot of fun to drive. Because you can go so quick. It's fun on a motorcycle too.
Yeah. Besides right there, isn't it? Because it's so. Is this like a pace lap they're doing?
No, they're just going for. This is just.
Dude,
kind of a
that's so
familiarization
illegal. Look at that little kid sitting on the guy's lap.
Wow.
Right in front of
That
us.
kid's gonna get hurt. That's not safe.
Yeah.
You've drove this track before on your motorcycle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it a bit rough over there when you're on your motorcycle?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I almost swapped rear ends when I first came through here. You know, you're topping almost 100 because the motorcycle accelerates so fast.
Yeah.
I could do over 100 miles an hour, well over, but I don't have that kind of guts. I'm close to 100 miles an hour right at this corner here, and then I'm braking real hard. And if you don't get the front and back brakes just right, the rear end wants to come around because, you know what I mean, you have separate brakes. So and then the bike wiggles, but
speed wobbles.
And then you got to do that you got to get everything straightened out real quick because you got this turn coming out. You can't wobble too long, otherwise you lay into the turn, and then you got to lay into the turn.
I wouldn't like to race a street bike. I like to drive one on a street, but not race it. I think it would be scary.
Yeah, it's just you think driving a car is pretty thrilling. On a bike with nothing in front of you, it's really thrilling.
When you hit something.
Here, sometimes I run up on this curb like this. I do that all the time. And then you fly off so hard that you actually fly to that corner there, and then you try to bring it in because you got Oak Tree coming up here. And then you're cranking all the way around tight, and I usually, I don't know about you guys, but I hug the line right in here.
Nick does it too, but him and me were trying stuff.
Because this is banked, you can afford to carry a little more speed, so you can, because it presses you on the ground, so you can fly off up here. But you don't want to be flying off for too long because you got to get set for that.
Actually, I'm where that Mazda is.
The young drivers seem to give Jerry a new line every time he suggests what he would do.
Might, if you're braking hard, these leads might.
If you follow this, I usually kind of follow right around the middle, and then now we have that barrier there. But usually I come around the middle here until I hit this. See that black spot right there? That's where is my turn-in signal. Right here, when I hit this black spot here, I start turning in. The car is carrying a lot of speed, so it's trying to bounce out. And I try to carry. I actually apex right about here is where I apex. Oh no, I'm sorry, right about this white spot.
Actually, you should probably go wide. Do you see that wall? Look how that's completely.
The wall that you have just seen adds another level of difficulty to the track. This is because the wall is at a point in the track where the car is picking up speed. It is almost like threading a needle to weave the car in between that gap.
If you're trying to do that cool line where you slide out.
Right, you can't.
Speed you can't.
You can't. Right.
You just smash right in
So
the
this
air.
is considered a straightaway with a kink in it. And if you're going real fast, you kind of, you're out here and then you kind of lying up on this kink, which that cone was right back there. And then you're back in, and then you kind of get thrown back out again. You get thrown back out this way again. And then now you're going to have to get set up ready for this this corner here.
I go full throttle all the way through here.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Okay, so
This is their braking zone markers, but you come in here, you're kind of...
Actually, I'm kind of scared to go full throttle around here because
right here.
you remember the first time we were here when there's a silver Subaru.
Yeah.
They had cones set up.
So you
They
come,
had kinks
you
set
make
up
it,
right
you make it
there.
like a gradual circle around that cone. You come around here, and then here's where you gotta get
I
set
brake
up.
like right here.
This is the hardest corner here. You brake,
Touch.
and then you turn in here, looking at the exit right there. You always look at the exit
Back there,
right
there was
here,
a
and then when you're
kink in
down
it
here,
the
you know
last
this is a
time.
real tight turn.
And I still took
So you gotta look at the exit there. Even before you get to it, you gotta look at your exit there. Turning. Oh, they helped us with putting up cones, but in real races, they don't.
This
put
is
the cones.
flatter than it used to be.
One more lap, okay. So here, one more lap. So right here, now you're, you should be in, well, third or fourth, right? Third or
I'm
fourth in the
third.
Figaro. Shifting forward like right now.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna have to, you know, be down in third here anyway. So sometimes to save myself the trouble, I just stay in third. But if you're gonna try to save gas, you want to shift down to fourth. You know, just to get the RPMs a little lower. Just to see. Otherwise, you're in third, or you don't brake. If you don't brake, you just kind of take your chances here, and then just kind of have the foot flat on the accelerator pedal.
Well, I'm sure like the first couple laps.
And then you're
right
thrown
now.
out here.
So tires get warm.
You get thrown out because you're going so fast. You might use this, hopefully not.
I
because
try not to.
It's too bumpy.
I try not
And
to.
then you're just hugging the edges here. Keep your eye there. Make sure you don't put your wheel off the grass, because you put the wheel off the grass, it's like you got onto ice.
Spun right in front of me.
But just so you know, Freddie Baker in his Porsche, he would drop the wheels off here and use a groove effect to hold himself on the track. He would drop the inside wheel off the track here, and then it'd be like a railroad track. You know, just kind of, you know, that would hold him in.
Would not like destroy the entire tire though.
Yeah,
I'd probably
he
go
doesn't
wider.
care.
I'd probably go wider here.
Teams anxiously await the start of the race. The cars are all required to be in line, so last-minute preps are done in the pits. The drivers prepare for their stints and review their goals for the day.
Is running for an hour, 2 to 3, which is start of the race, which is like a half hour. Yeah. So then goes Alex, 4 to 5.
Alex.
Then goes to me. Then goes to Jerry, which isn't in here. So I'm running until the sun goes down. And that's gonna be pretty interesting. That's gonna be pretty interesting. And here's our log man, Ian.
Logman, wave.
And he's our fire man. Fireman. So that's gonna be pretty interesting driving right as the sun goes down.
What shifts are we gonna have?
What do you mean?
Like, how long is each driver gonna drive?
Each driver is driving for 2 hours, except Nick. Nick's driving for an hour, and then at night he's gonna be driving for 2 hours.
Oh. So you'd say Nick is the lead.
Nick is the lead. He qualified us in 4th position. Why don't you ask me some questions, Alex?
Okay.
Let's go. It's right here.
So you're starting off the race?
Yep.
And, you ready?
I always am ready.
Got your studs? Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
I was born ready.
So we're about to ride up there now. Do you know how exactly is it gonna work? Are you gonna start off? Is it a moving start or is it like a?
It's going to be a rolling start behind a starting car. And eventually the pace car is going to move off the track and they're going to drop the green flag on the front straight. We started in 4th place, so it's a good start. I only ran half throttle for qualifying, so that's really good for only half throttle. So relatively quickly we should be running top 3. So it's just more or less an endurance. So we're trying to keep it easy, keep the car running, and I'm going to try and do well at the same time.
Hey, great.
The national anthem is played, and the boys show their respect as the team prepares to get the race started.